Welcome to DS9. I'm Commander Karen Andrews, Captain Carlin's first officer. He asked me to inform you that he's been delayed dealing with an incident in Cargo Bay 3.
I'm looking forward to the conference. I'm sure the discussion on the Borg will be enlightening. Your government's position will be of particular interest to me. Clearly, the Borg are a major threat to the Quadrant. However, Cardassia's ability to assist in any action against them will be somewhat limited. If you will recall, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War. We still maintain a small force, but for planetary defense only. Any Cardassian military vessels you may have seen were undoubtedly stolen by the so-called True Way. Regrettably, Starfleet has yet to put a stop to their campaign of terror, though I'm sure they're giving it their best effort. I'm reminded of an associate of mine, Gul Mavek. He was stationed here during the Dominion occupation. During his time here, he developed a fondness for Bajoran distilled kanar. Apparently, during the Cardassian occupation, the soldiers wanted their favorite libation, but there was not enough kanar in the shipments from home. So these resourceful young officers conscripted a group of Bajorans, mostly from the religious houses, to distill kanar for them. The kanar from Bajor has a different color and flavor from Cardassian vintages. Purists frown on it, of course, but many Cardassians developed quite a taste for it while they were here. Needless to say, it is impossible to find it on Cardassian Prime. I was hoping to acquire some for Mavek before returning home, but I'm afraid the conference is demanding my attention. Perhaps you could be of assistance?
Do you need anything? If there was any Bajoran distilled kanar on this station, it disappeared or was destroyed long ago. The Bajorans aren't particularly fond of being reminded of some of the things they were forced to do during the occupation. It was a terrible time. Some Bajorans joined the resistance, some were refugees, and some, well, certain people might have hated them for collaborating with the Cardassians, but I have a feeling they were just doing what they needed to do to survive. If I found any Bajoran distilled kanar today, I'd probably launch it out of an airlock rather than risk reopening old wounds.
May the prophets bless you. Peace be with you.
I'm looking forward to the conference. I'm sure the discussion on the Borg will be enlightening. Your government's position will be of particular interest to me. Clearly, the Borg are a major threat to the Quadrant. However, Cardassia's ability to assist in any action against them will be somewhat limited. If you will recall, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War. We still maintain a small force, but for planetary defense only. Any Cardassian military vessels you may have seen were undoubtedly stolen by the so-called True Way. Regrettably, Starfleet has yet to put a stop to their campaign of terror, though I'm sure they're giving it their best effort. Impressive. Authentic Bajoran Kanar is hard to come by, even here. You're quite a resourceful individual. Thank you for your assistance. If at some point I can assist you in return, all you need to do is ask.
Those ship holo emitters are pretty snazzy.
Hello again. I was so pleased when I heard that you would be attending the conference as well. Without your assistance, my people would have fallen to the breen. Now we are following your example and offering what assistance we can to help deal with the Kollektiv. I feel some sympathy for the Borg. Their quest for this so-called perfection has led them away from balance. But they're victims. My people. The Borg must be stopped. I look forward to hearing your ideas of what to do. I understand. I must find something to do with my free time. I had been hoping to spend some time in one of the holosuites here. Several people have recommended them, and there is an historical holoprogram, the Matara Nebula, that I have been eager to play. Could you help me gain access to a holosuite? An hour or two would be more than sufficient.
What can I get for you? Sorry, I can't help you there. All of the holosuites are booked solid for the next week. I almost have more business than I can handle. Almost. Might be time to expand. Been thinking about a franchise operation for some time now. A quarks in every sector, a quarks in every quadrant. The only way you're going to get a reservation for today is by traveling back in time 3 months and making one there. That was a joke, by the way. You and I both know that the Federation gets pretty cranky about someone violating the Temporal Prime Directive. I don't have any problem with that, as long as it doesn't make any problems for me. Understand? You bring Chief Rowe or Curlin in here asking about someone shaking people down for holosuite reservations, I won't hesitate to point out any suspicious characters I know about.
You kept your head in that tricky situation in the Iconia system. Good to have people like you on our side. And I'm glad there's someone else here who's faced the Borg in battle. We have a perspective the rest of these full-time diplomats don't. How many do you have? My chief engineer has been looking for stem bolts for weeks. He wants to do some upgrades to the Belfast, and the Defiant class has always been a little touchy. Sometimes it's best to use what works, even if the technology's a little out of date. We've made inquiries with several traders, but everyone we talked to dumped their inventories after the speculation bubble burst. Some Ferengi out there made a small fortune a few months ago cornering the stem bolt market, but now that supply is gone. I was hoping to find some here, but so far I haven't had the chance. If you know of a source, my crew could make the upgrades we need without having to find an industrial replicator.
Another drink. Maybe it'll bring you good luck.
What can I get for you? Good for you. There is the small matter of the reservation transfer fee, however. There is a minor fee associated with transferring a holosuite reservation. It's just enough to cover my administrative costs. 10,000 gold press latinum, payable immediately. I see you're a person who values a quality holosuite. We have a deal. Pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy yourself. Drop by any time you're on DS9.
Hello again. I was so pleased when I heard that you would be attending the conference as well. Without your assistance, my people would have fallen to the breen. Now we are following your example and offering what assistance we can to help deal with the Kollektiv. I feel some sympathy for the Borg. Their quest for this so-called perfection has led them away from balance. But they're victims. My people. The Borg must be stopped. I look forward to hearing your ideas of what to do. Wonderful! Most of the holotechnology on Defera is used for training or utilitarian purposes, so I don't have many chances to use a holosuite for entertainment. Thank you for your assistance. I hope you didn't go through too much trouble on my account.
I was informed you would be here. have you come with another friendly reminder from Commander Andrews? Feel free to report back to her and let her know that I haven't eaten the furniture or scared away the double players. Not yet, anyway. That is troubling. My ship is waiting to return to Kronos as soon as these talks are completed. I have no wish to linger here any longer than is necessary.
Sorry to trouble you again, but Captain Curland is wrapping up the problem in the cargo bay, and we will be able to begin the talks very soon. I've notified the other attendees, but our opening speaker isn't responding to hails. Could you please track him down for me? Admiral Zavglach Trem mentioned wanting someplace quiet. You might try the upper promenade or the temple.
My apologies, both to you and Commander Andrews. It's not often that I get some time to myself these days. Captain Curland offered me the use of his office, but I came here instead for some peace and quiet. Peace. It's in far too short of supply these days. I've been in Starfleet for a long time. I've seen more battles than I care to remember. But this one, there's no reasoning with the Borg. There's no chance for a non-violent solution. I only hope that we can unite before they come for us. No one is safe. Welcome, everyone. I'm so pleased that you all agreed to join us here today. As many of you are all too aware, the Borg attacks are increasing. If they are left unchecked, Starfleet predicts that the entire Alpha Quadrant could fall within 3 years. We all must work together to push these invaders out of our space and protect our homes and families.
I do not agree. My empire will stand, with or without your assistance. The Klingon Empire has never been stronger than it is right now. I dare the Borg to challenge us. Starfleet may cower in fear before a bunch of machines, but we do not.
If the Borg assimilate everyone in this quadrant,
from the Klingon Empire meant
the
to
Klingon
say is that
Empire will
he hopes we are
pale
all
in
so
comparison
crippled by
to
our
that of
efforts
the
to
Collective.
stop the Borg, we will be no match for a battle-hardened Klingon fleet. I
How
do
does the
not
proverb
want
go?
to be assimilated, but I don't
Yes.
want to be a
The
servant
wind
to the Klingon
does
Empire
not
either.
respect a fool.
The Defera believe that all things must be in balance. We cannot counter the Borg threat if we ourselves are counter to one another. The Defera do not wish to act against any of you. Therefore, should this meeting not reach a consensus, our best course of action is to not act at all.
Starfleet will do what it must to protect the Federation. However, if you want our assistance, you need to be willing to protect yourselves and contribute to this campaign. The Borg will be stronger if any of your civilizations are assimilated. Starfleet's hard at work developing new technology and tactics. We, at least, will be ready. And if we can't cooperate, I hope you don't suffer. And that we develop new weapons in time.
This is getting us nowhere. We came together in the spirit of cooperation. We need to find common ground. Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Be careful. You are dangerously close to insulting the honor of the Klingon Empire. Ha! Starfleet won't survive without our assistance. It is good, then, that we see the merit in fighting at your side in this instance. It would not be honorable for us to reserve our strength while others go out to fight. That is a trick worthy of a Romulan.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Cardassia Prime is still rebuilding from the Dominion War. We've achieved a great deal, but there is still much more to do. The continued threat of the true way makes progress difficult. Simply put, training Cardassia's limited resources to fight the Borg will be a hard sell to the Detapa Council.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Maintaining balance with all things must be our primary concern. It is one thing to choose to swim upstream against the current. It is quite another to drain the river because it is flowing in the wrong direction. The Borg do not respect the balance. We will offer what support we can to your fight.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Starfleet will do everything we can to protect the Federation and its allies. However, there are too many drains on our resources and a limited number of ships and officers. It may be simply unfeasible for us to sign on to be the protector of the entire Alpha Quadrant. Besides, we need to consider the Prime Directive. There are limits to what we can do. Starfleet recognizes the Borg threaten all life in the Alpha Quadrant. We've lost too much already. We cannot lose anymore. Eventually, we'll all need to put our differences aside and unite in opposition to the Borg or anyone else who sows chaos and destruction. We'll put an end to this together.
Let's take a quick recess to cool off. That's funny. I don't remember anyone being scheduled to fly through the wormhole today.
There's something coming out of the wormhole. Captain, it's a Dominion fleet. They're charging weapons. Red alert!
Boarding the station. Get the delegates out of here.
We have to get out of here!
It is time to leave.
Evac Protocol Alpha. Andrews, get everyone to shuttles. Prep the Defiant for launch. Blast it! The Jem'Hadar have cut off access to ops. Karen, you'll need to coordinate the evacuation. We'll get the delegates to the docking ring, and then I'll try to join you in ops.
Captain Caroland, good to know that you and the delegates are safe. Jem'Hadar have stormed the station and we're losing critical areas. The Defiant has launched and I've evacuated everyone possible, but a few of us stayed to...
Andrews? Andrews! Someone, answer me! What's going on?
Captain, my name is Loris, and I represent the Dominion. This station, and all remaining souls on it, are now under our control.